Alright gang, welcome to Hansens Speed Shop. Today we're going to be looking at this mini bike that you've probably seen in the background in a number of my videos. I did kind of a little build series on it when I first built this thing a couple years ago. But there's been some interest in having another video on it, and I've been meaning to put like a video up on it. So we're going to take a look at this thing. What it is a 1971 Alexander Reynolds, I think it was called an Easy Rider, like E and then Z Rider. It's basically kind of like a little chopper mini bike from the early 70s. These were made in, I believe, New Jersey. So they were made in America. And these would have originally had probably like a Briggs & Stratton or maybe like a Tecumseh 3 to 5 horsepower flathead engine in them. But I found this thing at the Simcoe swap meet in 2018, and it did not look anything like this when I first picked it up, but I could tell it was really going to be like a cool build. Tore the whole thing apart, kind of fixed some things on the frame, which I'll talk about in a minute, and then I decided to just go like full over-the-top custom mini bike on it. So let's take a look. All right, guys, so I'll step back here so you can kind of get the full view of the mini bike. It's super awesome. The first thing that we did once we got this thing home was from the factory, this part of the frame here, it originally kind of went up, so the sissy bar was like how my finger is. So for like a bigger guy like me, you were really like crunched up on here. And at the swap meet, a lot of people were passing up on this thing because of that. So basically all we did was cut that part off, just leaving this straight tube. And this top part just kind of pounds off of here. So we just cut that part off and then put the sissy bar back on so it's leaning back so you have tons more room. And this thing originally had a metallic green, with the same exact seat, but it was metallic green. This mini bike from the factory was green, not this color green, but kind of like a candy kind of mint green. And when I got it, it was spray painted black. So then the next thing that we did was I reinforced this motor plate down here, because originally this just had a couple little tack welds. So we reinforced this plate and fully welded it all the way around, because I knew that I was going to put a lot bigger, more powerful engine in here. And this is how the foot peg setup is on here right from the factory. The fork was also totally bent, so we had to completely straighten that all up. And then I had this thing powder coated. The color on here is a super cool color. It kind of changes, the hue of it kind of changes depending on the light. It's pretty dark in here, but if you get this thing outside in the sun, it's absolutely awesome. It's called Crab Apple Illusion. The name of this mini bike is called the Creature. I got my little Creature here on it, so that's why we went with the green, because it's just kind of a weird mini bike, and I called it the Creature. Those wheels were on it when I bought it, not those tires, but those are 5-spoke Astro wheels. Really awesome. I've run them on another mini bike of mine. Super cool. It's got the sawtooth up front and a slick out back. The engine is a Predator 212cc Hemi that I built myself. It's actually fairly mild, really. I built another one for my cat mini bike that's like twice the engine that this one is, but this one's still probably, I'd say, in the neighborhood about 10 horsepower. So double what this thing probably would have had originally, which is pretty strong for this mini bike. It is a swing arm frame. We put new shocks on it. Almost all the hardware on the bikes, chrome or polished. Put new foot pegs on it, new waffle grips. I had to find this seat, which was one of the hardest things to find. It's got an Inferno clutch on it. This header, I'm still, I'm not really sure if we're gonna. I originally wanted to kind of run something out the back here, which we might still. I just have this one on here for now, but really this thing on here would have to get cut down to make this thing really rideable, because you couldn't really turn much, or it's gonna scrape. Still playing around with my back brake here. The sprocket on the back is a drum style, and it's in Azusa, and I don't know how familiar you guys are with mini bike stuff, but Azusa makes mini bike stuff. Their sprockets aren't really my favorite because they're not perfectly round. You always get a tight spot in them. And I ordered one from Taco, which is supposedly a lot better drum type sprocket. And I waited around for like 6 months and it never came. And then finally it did came, but it wasn't the one that I like, the style that I ordered. And they said that's all they have now. It is basically the same thing like I've got. So totally not happy with that. And then I just kind of stalled out on this whole project. But I'm going to probably get back on this soon because that's really the only thing left to do. It's got this super cool spun aluminum fuel tank that I polished myself. The rear coil cover here is powder coated to kind of look like chrome. It's got this really cool finned aluminum valve cover on here. The head's been all ported. It's just got a stock piston, stock rod, and I believe the cam's stock carburetor. Basically, it's got, the governor was removed. It's got bigger valve springs in it, high compression head gasket, some porting work done on it. The carb was rejetted, stage 2 air breather, the header, and maybe something else. It's got a race plug, race coil and wire. It's got a billet flywheel, high performance magneto. Pretty mild actually for a Predator build, but these come 6.5 horsepower to begin with, so I'm guessing it's probably somewhere in the 8 to 10 horsepower now, which is more than enough for this mini bike. But super cool mini bike. I hope you guys dig it. If you guys got any questions on this thing, feel free to leave a comment below or just tell me it's sweet. Give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber to Hansens Speed Shop, we do all kinds of neat kind of gearhead stuff here. Everything from old mini bikes and old like Schwinn Stingrays, muscle bikes, motorcycle videos, hot rod and car videos, a lot of custom die-cast videos, and a lot of other cool like car and bike events I go to. I feature a lot of that stuff here on the channel. So go out to the channel and check out all that neat stuff, or hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything in the future. I think that's going to do it for this one, guys. So until next time, get to work on your own projects, get those hands dirty and greasy, stay cool, and we'll catch you cats on the next one. Thanks for watching.